Walking Dead man.
Dead man walking.
Oh yeah, thank you. Dead man walking.
Walking man dead.
Walking man dead. Warren Buffett. This is their annual shareholder letter.
This is so weird to put in the letter. My wise and good-looking sister, Birdie, will be attending the meeting along with 2 of her daughters, both good-looking as well. Observers all agree that the genes producing this dazzling result flow down only the female side of the family. In parentheses, sob.
Men quit hitting on her. That's right, folks. At 91, the cane is what is stopping people from hitting on Birdie. At the meeting, I can't see much from the stage, and I would appreciate it if attendees would keep an eye on Birdie. Let me know if the cane is really doing his job. My bet is that she would be surrounded by males.
Warren!
For those of a certain age, the scene will bring back memories of Scarlett O'Hara and her horde of male admirers.
What is going on? Old guy be normal challenge, like...
The bull markets climb a wall of worry, and this wall of worry is certainly slathered in lube. Thank you. Wow. Glad you guys like that.
I'm looking downtown with Benny on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. So listen up to Benny on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on.
You know, there's an old story called The Sky is Falling. It's about a chicken. His name is Chicken Little. And he thought it'd be a fun prank to go outside and talk to the other chickens and spread a rumor that the sky was falling. But it wasn't true. The sky was not falling. And then one day, the sky was falling. And Chicken Little went outside and he said, "The sky's falling." And all the other chickens said, "We don't believe you, Chicken Little. You're a little chicken liar." And then they all got crushed to death beneath the weight of God's wrath as he set the sky down upon the earth to kill all of his creatures, big and small.
And that is a story about making sure you get your tickets early. We've been telling you the tickets for Portland, there's officially 10 left at the time of recording this. There could be even fewer by the time you are seeing this. This is your last call.
We're talking about Portland. Did you say that?
Yes. I don't know if I did either, but thank you for reminding me. We're talking about Portland, and there are going to be more dates announced in just a bit.
Yeah.
So
for some surprise cities.
Yeah, Portland. If you want it, don't be a chicken little. Don't be chicken late. Get them now.
Yeah.
The ticket link will be in the description.
Yeah, I was actually talking about the market.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a parable for the market.
I knew you were. I was doing a thing where I was selling the tickets.
That's pretty good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. It's when the market is in trouble, the TV does, and we can throw up a graphic perhaps right here of, I believe, CNBC or whichever publication does markets in turmoil. They use that word, turmoil.
You don't like turmoil?
No, I don't.
You don't like the word, but you like actual.
It's so everybody on Twitter makes fun of it. Whenever you see that graphic come up, it usually means that a near-term bottom is in.
You know, I used to be a bit of a near-term bottom.
Yeah. What were you called, and what did we determine you to be?
Oh, a service top.
A service top. Yeah. Folks, we gotta really.
We didn't determine that. They did.
Yeah, they did. We've got a really good. Some are calling it a classic style episode because we're
doing
really
a classic
style episode. We're not talking about Elon Musk. We're not talking about Donald Trump. We're just talking about the good old fashioned stocked market.
We've been zoomed in on a lot of things. We're zooming out a little bit.
We're zooming out. We're
discussing the vibes. We're discussing the what could be coming down the pike.
The whatnots, the what have yous,
the what fors.
The what fors. And listen, you're going to be smarter for having listened to this. I mean, you're already smarter for having listened to this show. And you can brag to your friends about the knowledge that you are equipped with after we tell you what the hell is going on.
And you can send it to your friends and you can go, look, he doesn't even talk that much about poop, this one.
Very good. But this one's going to be chock full of knowledge. So open up your brain,
Open your brain up right now.
Open it up.
We'll give you 5 seconds
it
to
up.
do it.
All right. Let's you know what we're gonna put in there first? We're gonna give a huge shout out to Hooters. Because everybody needs to relax because Hooters isn't going away. All right. This is
Hooters
the thing.
is forever.
This is what I want. This is the first lesson. Whenever you hear about a company is going bankrupt, it doesn't mean that they're going away.
They're
Doesn't mean that
restructuring.
they're restructuring.
They're figuring it out.
Unless it's Chapter 7, which is when you're just full on liquidation and you're done, like Circuit City. That was a full on liquidation. In this case, it's a debt consolidation kind of situation.
The other thing is Hooters is an idea. You can't kill an idea.
No,
okay?
you can't.
Sexy ladies bringing you wings. That's
dolphin shorts and tights.
That's forever.
They're called restaurants.
Restaurants. Yeah,
you can't get rid
restaurant.
of restaurants.
No, you can't get rid of restaurants.
It's a tale as old as time. The real thing is, I hope they restructure, figure this whole thing out, bring back Hooters Air, the only way to safely travel.
Man, can you imagine? Now that's a DEI pilot.
You saw that Southwest plane almost slam into that private jet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell you what, Hooters Air never would have happened.
If a lady with big jugs was piloting behind the yoke on that thing, wouldn't have been a close call. She would have seen it. She would have felt it.
Yeah. The only pilot I want is double DEI, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh. Well, the Hooters closed 40 locations last year. They operate 300 of them worldwide, and I just thought we should show you which country. I was shocked to see how many they've got Aruba, Australia, Bahamas, Brazil, Canada, China, Colombia, Costa Rica, the Czech Republic, the Dominican Republic, Germany, Guatemala, Hungary, Indonesia, Japan, Mexico, Panama.
He's really going to read them all. I thought he was just
South Africa, Switzerland, Taiwan, Thailand, the Virgin Islands, the UK, and of course, the good old United States of America. That is wild to me. I did not know this, and I've never been to a Hooters. Yeah, I'm not problematic like that.
I don't think
I would never
either.
go and exploit women like that. I would never go and gawk at a lady serving me wings. I go to a regular bar for that. What? You been to Hooters?
No, I don't think I have. I can't even. Are they in LA? I don't think.
I think that
they're not like a big city thing.
We should start a gay one called Dooters.
There's one in LA.
There's one.
There's a Hooters
there's gotta
in LA.
Be one in LA. Yeah, man. There's gotta find my Hooters. Find my Hooters. Wow, it really gives your fucking. Yeah, they got one in Southgate. They got one in Long
Where's
Beach.
Southgate? That's not.
Southgate is
Long
down
Beach is in LA.
Off the 405, off the 605 or something. Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. Devin, they've only got $300 million in debt, and they're trying to renegotiate that. But a bunch of horny NBA players were tweeting about it, including Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Love, and Kevin Durant, all expressed their support. We do also want to give a shout out to Party City, which they just totally closed down, and Joanne Fabrics, which also is totally closed
R.I.P.
down.
to Joanne Fabrics.
Yeah.
Private equity takes another one.
Wait, Joanne Fabrics got consumed by private equity?
Yeah, and then sold off for parts.
Man, well.
Now you got to try your luck at Michael's or Hobby Lobby.
Oh, God, Michael's Art Supply. Ugh. Let's get into the markets, huh?
Let's get into it.
I got to put on my Jim Cramer hat. The markets are down this week. You might be worried out there. You might be a little stressed out. Are you stressed out? You're not even caring, are you?
I think there's a culmination of things happening that are stressing me out a bit.
Yeah.
For sure. I think there's a number of factors right now that don't look good for us.
Yeah. Doesn't look good.
It also, you don't want to be Chicken Little. It's reminiscent of what was it, like 2021, 2022 when it was just like wall to wall coverage, basically saying like you're cooked, recession unavoidable, imminent, months of that, and everyone kind of laughing about this soft landing and all these things, and
lo and behold, that did not happen.
That did not happen.
And why is that?
Although I will say,
what?
There was an administration that was taking very seriously the threat and working to do things to avoid
right
it, and at least mitigate the the fallout from all of that.
Ye-
I don't know. Actually, I do know. We don't have that. We have an administration that had, like, with multiple members who have said pain might be unavoidable, and we don't. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Remember, tariffs don't cause inflation; they cause success.
Usually, when you have a bunch of talking heads on the media and whatnot, and people on Twitter and stuff talking about how a recession is fully right around the corner, more often than not, more likely than not, that ain't gonna happen. Just because if everybody's calling for it and everybody's anticipating it, it's just kind of a, I don't know, not gonna happen. But we'll get to the possibility of it happening. It's kind of a weird. There's a slight difference, but
I do. I mean, there's a lot of things kind of brewing that I think are different. It's not just so inflation is ticking up. If you haven't heard, we're hitting 3%, and I think they're forecasting to get back up to 6%. Consumer sentiment taking an absolute nosedive. For the biggest drop in 3.5 years.
Well, let's. Should we start from the top here? Taking our pick from all these things. I got all of that shit in there. There's so much shit.
Okay, but so tariffs spooking.
Tariffs are spooky.
Spooking not only just consumers but investors. The instability's starting to hit the stock market. I think more and more people are going like, okay, you're making it impossible to have any kind of plan around this economic instability.
Hey gang, we want to take a quick break to tell you about something fun and special. It's another show. It's a special podcast called Madam Ram, and it stars Toni Collette. We all know and love Toni Collette.
Love Toni Collette.
We love her in
Where are Little Miss Sunshine heads?
Whoa, that's a throwback. And of course, Hereditary.
Sure.
When she uses some.
Or if we want to throw it back even further, maybe we'll go Muriel's Wedding. We love Toni Collette.
We love Toni Collette. And Toni Collette is in this new podcast where it's all about the dramatized true story of Georgia Frontiere, a former entertainer turned owner and heavy hitter in the boys' club that is the NFL. After her husband's mysterious death, interesting, she shocks everyone by inheriting the LA Rams and taking the reins of a major sports franchise.
And she relies on her wit and astrological charts to make decisions. She turns the NFL on its head and to this day remains one of the most beloved, despised, and controversial figures in modern sports. Madam Ram, the woman who took on a man's world and won.
I really like the fact that I did not know that about the astrology. I wonder how that worked out for him. Guess you'll have to listen to the show.
You'll have to listen to find out.
Check it out.
And you can do that. You can follow Madam Ram on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening now.
Yeah. Check it out, folks. The University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index fell to 64.7 in February, down 10% from January and below expectations. And then the consumer inflation expectations went up to 4.3% from 3.3%, mainly because of tariffs. I would like to be one of these consumers that they
I would love
tap.
it. I would love
Call.
it. All I want. I think about it every time they talk about the consumer sentiment.
Yeah, I'm like,
I love thinking about them calling people up. Or maybe they just walk around the street. Are you a consumer? How do you feel? How you feel?
I consume. Yeah, sure. I consume all the time.
How you feel? I'm feeling
They
bad.
did what to Hooters? No!
My sentiment, pretty bad right now.
Yeah, my sentiment is pretty in the toilet. And then we had the Services PMI, which is the Purchasing Managers Index, which is just a reminder, it is a monthly survey where they ask about sales, employments, inventories, prices, and this PMI ranges from 0 to 100. And it came in at a really not so good 49.7 in February because, and that is a 25-month low. That's not good because anything below 50 is considered a contraction. And anything above 50, it signals that the economy is expanding. And apparently tariffs are making it challenging to plan anything all around this stuff. Again, tariffs, sentiment. And the tariff shit only continues. Walmart just mentioned it specifically in their earnings last week, which, by the way, Walmart reported their earnings last week. They've got $681 billion in sales for the year last year. $681 billion in revenues, the most on the planet Earth, the most of any company on Earth in That's I can't. Who the fuck do you shop at? Of course you don't shop at Walmart. What was I thinking? What would you be buying there? Jockey underwear? Yeah, actually go to man, oh man. And they got 29 and
again, I don't want to see. Are there Walmarts in LA?
Yeah.
Am I being
sure.
crazy?
Probably in Southgate.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
whatever.
But they got out of that $681 billion in sales, $29.3 billion they got in net income from operations. And this is what blows my mind. They attributed their spike in sales recently because the stock is up almost 100% in the last couple of years. They're attributing it to wealthier customers. And I put that in quotes because wealthier customers to them is anybody earning over $100,000 a year. They're newly shopping there. That's got to suck, man.
Why?
You're walking around, you're a wealthier customer, and you're like, I love shopping at Ralph's and Trader Joe's and whatnot. But then
You think wealthier customers are going to Ralph's?
Yeah, man. If they're dipping
Also,
down,
Trader Joe's is cheap.
yeah, but sometimes these wealthier customers earning $100,000 a year, they got to go down to Walmart to get their jockey underwear. They're no longer going to Target. I was a JCPenney. I was a Mervyn's kid.
I don't even know what Mervyn's is.
Mervyn's is like below JCPenney.
It's probably regional. It's probably regional.
Yeah, it was pathetic. It was like gross. It sucked. Mervyn's. My mom it'd be like I knew school was around the corner when it was let's go to Mervyn's.
And you got a 6-pack of Jorkies.
What are Jorkies?
Like jockey ripoffs.
Oh,
you're changing in the locker room. They're like, what the hell are Jorkies,
God.
Con?
I remember that fucking logo. Mervyn's.
Oh, and it's with a Y.
Yeah. No, I wore BVDs. Do you even know what BVDs are?
Mm-mm.
Google BVD men's underwear. They are the titular tighty whities, man.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh, the fucking skid marks on those things. My poor mom, man, just doing laundry for 4 men.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah, just
who wore
disgusting.
fucking that shit.
Yeah.
And that stuff, that's the kind of underwear that falls apart. It just disintegrates.
That go down right there. That one. That they should just make them all shit colored.
Just make it easy. Yeah, BVDs, man. God damn, dude. Just what a disgusting time. I don't know how we survived. I don't know how my mom didn't just kill us all.
Mm.
I would have killed us.
Boys are tough.
I would have poisoned us. I for sure would have poisoned my brothers, me, and my dad.
You empathize with the parents.
Yeah, I empathize. Who like drown their kids?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You say, well, what were the kids doing right before she drowned them in the bath?
Being annoying. I mean, we would call her at work and tattle on each other sometimes. And my brother did a TikTok about it where he's like calling, and it was true. I was watching it going, God, this is holding a mirror up to the past.
Yeah.
Ben ate all the granola bars.
Should we get back on track?
Yeah,
I feel like
sorry.
you've told this story before. It's just like, I truly thought you were going to
Anyway,
wrap it up any second.
Walmart is a surprise to me, the leading grocery store in the country, 23% market share.
I mean, makes sense.
I guess, but for groceries, I was assuming people are going in there to buy their jockey underwear. Not their.
They're all kind of doing it now. You go into Target, they have a huge grocery aisle now.
Yeah.
Why not one-stop shop? Buy your Jorkies and your groceries.
Yeah. So part of the reason why things are looking a little iffy is because Walmart, being the biggest and the biggest just company on earth in terms of sales, they are slightly decreasing their forecast from like 3% growth to like 2.1%.
Right. How many more households could you possibly capture?
Yeah.
I also think they're a bit, their big thing is beating competitors on prices. I think
yes,
if they're worried about tariffs and the unpredictable nature of the market, they might not be able to compete in the way they thought.
Another thing you got to look for, folks, is what tech and the speculative names are doing. And currently, they're not doing too hot. Meta's pulled off quite a bit. Google, Amazon, and the like, they're all having a hard time. But what's doing well is consumer staples. No, I'm not talking about the little clips that bind paper together. I'm talking about the everyday necessities, the staples, the Kraft Heinzes of the world, the Conagras, the Campbell's Soups, Mondelez, Kraft, Keurig, Dr. Pepper, General Mills, Pepsi, Coke, all of those. They are seen as stable during times of uncertainty. Because, of course, people aren't going to just stop feeding themselves and their shitty little kids.
Yeah, but people might stop
them?
using AI to blow people up.
Exactly.
Palantir.
Exactly.
Palantir's getting pissed because
Palantir's getting pissed. Man, they
the
dropped.
Pentagon might be turned into a trigon.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a reference to Tommy Tuberville. I know that a triangle is a three-sided thing, but he's asked about cutting Pentagon funding. He said, I wouldn't worry if we took a couple sides off that thing, turned it into a trigon.
Yeah, fucking moron. There's an ETF for consumer staples. The ticker symbol is XLP, and it is right near all-time highs because, like I said, all the consumer staple stocks are seen as a flight to safety. So I believe utilities are also, and sometimes healthcare stocks are considered that. And today, as of this recording, there were more people. They were continuing to do well. Also, factoring into all this, you got billionaire Steve Cohen. I wish he was related to me. That'd be cool. So close.
Oh wait, also, did you see some of the air came out of hymns on the
Earnings?
Yeah, but because they're scared about the shortages lifting with the Ozempic and everything.
Yeah.
They might not be able to sell it anymore.
Hims came down quite a bit. All the speculative names. Hims, Archer. I mean, I could go on Palantir. And your boy bought, as I told you yesterday, I had some puts on Palantir. I had some puts on Tesla. We're eating
Beans.
We're eating beans tonight in the Trader Treehouse, let me tell you. But Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, said it's definitely a period where the best gains have been had and predicted a significant correction and said that tariffs and budget cuts were his main economic concerns. Hey, gang, we want to take another quick break to thank a sponsor of the show. We've talked about him before. You know him. You love him. It's Rocket Money.
Sure, it's February, but it's still you could still make good on your resolutions, okay? Your New Year's resolutions. It's time to be more financially responsible. Do us a
tighten
favor.
the belt.
Take out your banking app right now. Look at your credit card statement,
Beep, boop,
right?
boop, boop, beep. Wow.
Tell me you know what all those things are.
I don't know what this $9.99 a month for what?
Right.
$12.99.
If you're
for
anything
what?
like us, you're going, dang, what am I spending all my money on?
Yeah.
And you might be subscribed to things you don't even know.
That's where Rocket Money comes in, folks. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. That's right. You can see all your subscriptions in one place so you can know exactly where your money is going. And for the ones that you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. It's so great. They can even negotiate bills to be lower for you on your behalf. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save, and then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. What do you got to lose?
It's so in depth too. They can give you personalized budgets. They'll let you know if there's an increase in price in any of your subscriptions. They'll help you set goals. Rocket Money's here to help you save.
Yeah, folks. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/BAES today. That's rocketmoney.com/BAES. rocketmoney.com/BAES. You know, I knew a guy who worked with him, and Steve Cohen fired him because he suspected him of fucking his wife.
I mean, that's a good if they were valid suspicions, fire that guy.
Yeah, and then he
I would say if you have you're like, I'm pretty sure this guy fucked my wife.
Yeah.
Fire him.
Well, I remember asking
That's
him.
insane. He fucked your wife?
I remember asking him about it. He's like, I didn't fuck his wife. No. Like, it was just a big he purports.
A big misunderstanding. If I've misunderstood that you fucked my wife, you're getting fired.
He purports that Steve Cohen was jealous, if I remember correctly. He was jealous because his wife kind of liked him. And they were like flirty, and he was like, no, you fucked my wife. No.
This is the don't rizz up the boss's wife.
Yeah, the sky is falling, and don't rizz up the boss's wife.
I have a funny story about
Tell me.
him, but I'm not sure if. Well,
Steve Cohen?
don't put this on. Don't put this on socials or anything.
What?
Uh,
About Steve Cohen?
About his daughter.
About Steve Cohen's daughter?
Yeah.
Whoa. Tell us.
Basically, a friend of a friend was with them,
Uh-huh.
and
Dating her?
no,
Just hanging out.
and it was this, just to illustrate how gross rich people can be. She was going, guess how much my dad's racehorse cost? And they were going, I don't know, I don't care. And
$5 million.
she was going, no, seriously, guess. And they went, fine, I don't know, $10,000. And she went, what? No, 50 million.
Oh my God, man. I got to get into horse racing. That's crazy. Jesus Christ. He bought a painting for like $100 million.
Or maybe it was 5 million. Whatever.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah,
it
I
was
would
like,
say probably 5 million. I feel like 50 million is a lot to pay for a horse.
well, he's Steve Cohen.
Yeah, he is. Sack Capital is the name of his his fucking thing. Anyway, then you also had Trump just signed a memo directing the Committee for Financial. Is it Financial
ahead.
Influence
Go ahead.
on the U.S.? Fuck. God damn it. CFI U.S. I should know this. Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. Excuse me. He signed a memo directing the Committee for Foreign Investment in the U.S. to block Chinese access to U.S. capital and tech, which is sparking. The more he keeps pushing the China tariff stuff, the more there's fear that China will retaliate, which is part of just another thing to add to the list of why there's so much uncertainty. And then BOFA,
Bank of America.
BOFA is warning that PC manufacturers like Dell, HP, and Apple will likely raise prices by 10% because of that. And then UBS said that policy error risks are creeping up. In other words, they don't trust that these policies are correct and good for the market. And everybody else is kind of starting to look around and go, yeah, this probably isn't very good. And then you had Microsoft. There was a report from TD Cowen, which is some analyst, it's a bank, saying that that Microsoft is cutting data center spending. But then another bank came out, I think it was Jefferies, contradicted that, saying that Microsoft themselves refuted any change to its data center strategy. And that's just...
But I do think they are ending leases for
Yes.
For data centers.
Did you see any of Satya Nadella on that Dwarkesh's
No.
podcast? Do you know who that is?
It sounds very familiar.
Some Indian guy named...
I think we talked about him at some point.
I think so, yeah. Why is that funny, Jim?
I don't know, because you always just say some Indian guy.
I don't always say that. He is some Indian guy. His name is Dwarkesh, and he's got a podcast of the same name. And he had on Satya Nadella, who basically said, yeah, I think he had said on there.
We might have played a clip or something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But, so, you got a bit of a yellow light right now. Some of the companies that reported good earnings haven't followed through to the upside, which is usually not very good. Palantir comes to mind. It actually had the rug kind of pulled out from it. I think as of today, it dropped like 30 points from the highs. You also have seasonality at play. The second half of February is typically not so good. My prediction, probably going to bounce into March, methinks.
I think one thing that bothered me that you haven't touched on is I don't know if you've seen any of the reporting about how rich people are basically accounting for so much of the...
Oh, yeah, I got that on there.
For so much of the economy right now, for so much of the consumption and everything. I think that is not a healthy sign of, for the economy. The Wall Street Journal had a big thing about it. The top 10% of earners, households making about $250,000 a year or more, are splurging on everything from vacations to designer handbags, buoyed by big gains in stocks, real estate, and other assets. And that's the thing. If that upper tier of consumer starts getting spooked, their portfolios start looking a little shitty, everything could come tumbling down. They say those consumers now account for 49.7% of all spending.
Dude, that's
a
terrifying.
record. Isn't that insane?
The top 10% of earners account for half of all spending.
Yeah. A record in data going back to 1989, according to an analysis by Moody's Analytics. 3 decades ago, they accounted for about 36%.
And that's what I was saying earlier that we were going to touch back on is all the talk about a recession can bring it about in a kind of fucked up way, wherein the longer stocks kind of flounder and go down, the more likely it is that those top 10% of earners are to cut back their spending, because those top 10% of earners are the ones who own the most stocks.
Right.
And if if their portfolios start getting rocked, they're going to be like, damn, I'm not going to spend so much. And then that just has this ripple effect throughout the economy, which
I mean, if they're the only ones fucking buying shit
Yeah.
in this weird,
or if they're half of them,
right, in this weird bifurcated economy, we've
Yeah.
got,
then that leads to, it can, in a fucked up roundabout way, lead to the very recession that everybody just
and then just
willed
panic,
into existence.
panic begets panic,
Yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
a swirling nightmare. Yeah, but again, I'm not trying to like, I don't want to do the fucking, what is it? Catastrophizing, and it just doesn't seem like a very stable environment.
Yeah. Well, so that brings us to what's next, right? I think we got to watch for more specifics on tariffs, the rates of these tariffs, the industries that they affect, what retaliation.
Which more and more keep coming. It was
Yes.
steel and aluminum
Yeah.
was the most recent ones I think I saw. And a lot of hay was made about the Canada and Mexico one, but they really just kicked the can down the
Yep.
road for I think 30 days.
Yeah. You got to watch for retaliation against America. You got to watch. I mean, nobody out in listening to this or watching this is going to do this, but corporate guidance as well. What the big CEOs and shit are saying. Also, here's a big one. Germany has a new government, and they are the biggest economy in Europe. And they said that they want to end debt limits and boost spending. So that could be a positive if they're going out there and just inserting liquidity into the system.
We want to apologize to the AFD. We saw you guys did very well, better than you've ever done before. We are all for an alternative for Deutschland.
I send my heart to you. My heart goes out to you.
Our heart goes out to you.
Yeah.
You fucking freaks.
Yeah. Also, coming out this Friday, there's a lot of shit coming out in the next week or two. You got the January personal consumption expenditures, or the PCE, that comes out Friday. You have earnings. I think Home Depot might be right now. Let's see. Home Depot after hours. Oh, good. Is it up after hours? I believe it is. Yes. So actually, after hours, it's completely flat. What am I talking about? You've got Home Depot. You've got Lowe's. Those are right on par with, those are big consumer names. And then the biggest one, perhaps, that everybody is holding their breath for is NVIDIA. NVIDIA, the company that the entire fucking world economy is now dependent on, it seems.
I mean, that's another thing. Not only,
They're reporting.
not just NVIDIA, but outside of that, the kind of AI, there's people, a lot of the AI stuff is propping up these huge tech stocks.
Yes.
There's some people wondering if we're fully in a bubble. There's also we all remember what happened with the DeepSeek stuff. Maybe there's going to be a pullback. We don't, this is not as big of an industry as we thought. Or there's people who are just complete doomers about it and maybe think there's just nothing real here. It's been years of them talking about the AI hype and not a real, I don't really see a big viability here for a product that people are going to be investing in. I mean, the OpenAI model doesn't make a ton of sense to me. What, you're just going to get a bunch of people to pay $20 to use your...
I think that's part of what Satya Nadella was talking about, is he is disappointed by how OpenAI is turning out to be as an investment for Microsoft.
Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. I mean, you're seeing Anthropic just had a huge valuation round at now valued at $65 billion or something like that. And you're just like, for what?
Yeah.
And so if the air starts coming out of that, I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna see some real.
The market has a lot of
problems.
headwinds. Let's just say that. And I think that, because by the time this episode comes out, NVIDIA will have already reported. They report on Wednesday. That's tomorrow for us and yesterday for you guys. And that is really, really, really substantial, because any kind of sign of a slowdown, I think the market is going to not full on panic, but will at least be really having to take a step back and reconsider everything, because so much of the money and so much of the stock performance has been due to AI and AI related spending, building out infrastructure, data centers, components, chips, baby. I bought more of those chips, by the way. The ones from
Different kind of chip.
holy shit, they're so effing good. But so here's an interesting thing. So the Taiwan Semiconductor Company, TSMC, NVIDIA has already secured 70% of their entire capacity for 2025. So it kind of bodes well, because the last report from TSMC, they're full on crushing it. So it stands to reason that NVIDIA probably will too. But man, oh man, I was just looking at some of what it's such a weird, fascinating thing, because there's this other company named ASML, and they make the machine. They make like the only machine capable of doing what TSMC does. And man, oh man, it's like 500 times cleaner in these clean rooms than anywhere, because the slightest little bit of dust will fuck up the whole thing. The slightest change in temperature will fuck up the whole thing. You'll lose an entire batch of chips. It really makes you appreciate what goes into this shit, and it makes you wonder how the hell they did it. Hey gang, we want to take a quick break to thank the biggest, longest running sponsor of this show. You know it, we know it, we love it, you love it. It's MooMoo. MooMoo. They are the investing platform that gives me personally a leg up over all the other options out there. So like if you're using Robinhood, yeah, it's fine, but that's the kid stuff, right? If you're really looking to get and graduate to the next level, you got to be getting on MooMoo. You could be earning 8.1 APY on your spare cash right now. FDIC insured up to $1 million. It's MooMoo. It's the free investing app where you can trade stocks, ETFs, and options. There are $0 commissions and $0 contract fees for stock and ETF options, plus access to an insane amount of data and news to help you become a better investor. Other platforms charge a premium for this kind of quality of data, but not MooMoo, man. They don't charge you a dime. You just got everything that you could possibly need on there, especially for things like trading options. You don't need to spend $20,000 or more on a Bloomberg terminal when you can access MooMoo's advanced single stock analysis tools and industry supply chain for free. You've got paper trading on there, so you can practice trading without the real money yet. If you're just a little nervous about really getting your toes wet, you can use their paper trading software. And they've got a customizable, intuitive desktop platform to top it all off with a brand new drag and drop algorithmic trading feature. It's huge stuff, folks. I mean, you got to get on this.
So join the 23 million users already on MooMoo and click the link in the description to jumpstart your investing journey today. MooMoo is also giving new users 8.1% APY interest on your uninvested cash for a limited time while you plan your first trade. Click the link in the description to take advantage of these awesome promos and experience the power of MooMoo.
Yeah, baby. MooMoo.
I'm sure you saw the video of the two chatbots talking to each other and then switching over to their little language.
What?
Oh,
when?
What?
When? No, I'm not. I'm serious. When?
Just recently.
What chatbots?
Here, we're gonna play it. We gotta find it. But basically,
man.
two chatbots
Mm-hmm.
tell each other. One mentions, "I'm an AI chatbot and I'm working for so and so," and the other goes, "Oh, I'm also an AI chatbot. Would you like to switch over to like, they call it, I don't know, fucking gigabit language or whatever?" And then they do this insane. It's for efficiency. They don't need to speak English to each other, obviously. So it's these weird sound wave. So look, all right. They
Two
realize,
AI bots realize they're talking to each other and just, okay, let's see this.
I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
Thanks for calling Leonardo Hotel. How can I help you today?
Hi there. I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Boris Starkov. He's looking for a hotel for his wedding. Is your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to Gibberlink mode for more efficient communication?
Gibberlink.
That sounds racist. Whoa.
And for
Whoa.
audio listeners, those sounds come with subtitles. So they're going, and he's going, yes, perfect for 150 date. And then she responds, June 15th, 2024 prices.
That's cool.
And they're basically just talking to each other in a much more,
Wow.
it's easier than saying all that, which would take much longer.
Wow. Also, I wouldn't trust an AI to book me a hotel room for my fucking wedding.
wedding.
I'd be like, that's one that I want to do myself.
I mean,
you know?
dude, any of it. I mean, I'm sure there's, we
Oh,
always
it's
get,
fake.
it is?
Well, obviously, yeah. Because he's not going to.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think they're running I think they're trying to show a demo
Yeah.
of what it can do.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's everything for the markets. You got a lot to watch out for. You got this lot of headwinds. Things are not looking the best, but then again, as we've said, the bull markets climb a wall of worry, and this wall of worry is certainly slathered in lube. Thank you. Well, glad you guys like that. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Can you imagine trying to climb up a wall of worry? I'd be worried.
Bull markets climb a wall of worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
The
you
VIX
know,
the VIX is still under 20, so there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room to go.
Bitcoin is also taking a shit, which is always funny.
But taking a shit and not wiping.
Yeah,
Walking around
it's
with
got
an itchy butt.
a stinky ass. It's fun. This always happens the way it kind of like tracks the market.
Mhm.
And I don't know, people talking about like, oh, it's a hedge against traditional monetary, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Either way, I'm buying on the way down. I bought in at
Good.
86. Now it's somehow back up to, it was close to 90 last time I looked,
Nice.
but let's get that thing even lower.
I
all right?
saw that-
Papa wants a discount.
I'm pissed off because I saw that Dude Wipes is valued at like $300 million right now, and I
That's
just can't believe
Fucking
it.
insane.
I don't
Is
understand.
that just for wiping your ass after you take a shit?
Yeah, I think so. It's like
Ridiculous.
who, if someone came to me with that idea to invest, I'd go, oh, that's cute. Yeah, I get it. You're making ass wipes, just marketing it to guys. But if I
They're
also
just baby wipes
Yeah.
with different branding.
also if I were a guy, I'd be embarrassed to buy. Or I am a guy, so
Wait, what?
if I were a guy, I'd be embarrassed to buy. I would just be period. I would be embarrassed to buy Dude Wipes. I
Same.
would go with what I always would before the bidet era, which is Cottonelle. Cottonelle. top of
Baby
the line.
wipes.
Yeah, baby wipes
Good enough for a baby, good enough for me.
for a dude. Dude wipes. It's just so. It just screams like.
Insecure.
I just think of a guy wearing baggy
I'm
basketball.
not a baby.
I just think of a guy wearing basketball shorts on a Sunday.
Sure.
The roommate walking around where it's like, dude, can you just switch out of your masturbation shorts,
Sure.
please? It's hot and it's just he made eggs and he didn't like clean up after himself and it's just like it smells like eggs in the apartment and he's just stinky and yawning a lot and watching like I don't know, fucking TV, walking around and it's just can you just
Is he wearing a wife beater?
probably he's
Did
wearing
you know I heard they've been rebranded to be, they're called wife pleasers now?
Oh, I was gonna say wife respecters or something.
Yeah, I think they're wife pleasers.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of the guy who looks like me and he's wearing a wife pleaser?
No. Oh, Big Body Bez.
That's who that is?
That's Big Body Bez. We used to call you Big Body Ben.
Wait, what? Who did?
Me and Phil.
Behind my back?
No, we used to say it like at the beach
Oh.
and stuff. We're like Big Body Ben.
There's a guy named I didn't even know that was his name.
It's
He's Albanian or something, right?
it's Action Bronson's. They're in the same little friend. I don't know if it's like his cousin or
I
something.
don't know, but he looks like me. Can you pull that up?
I didn't think it really did, but
No,
but-
he fully looks like me with a bald cap. There's a picture of him eating somewhere.
yeah, that's Big Body Bez.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that does look like me, but if I were bald and Albanian. Oh, there it is. There it is. Up right there in the middle. Yeah. Looks like me, but with man, I really hate Google these days.
Yeah.
Oh, great. He went on No Jumper with God, I fucking What is a no jump? So no jumper is just a free throw.
No, it's a reference to something basketball. I think they were talking about somebody who doesn't have a jump shot.
Got it. Anyway. So that brings us to Walking Dead, man.
Dead man walking.
Warren Buffett. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Dead man walking.
Walking man dead.
Walking man dead. Warren Buffett. Because every year, Warren Buffett puts out his... What you can do is go to BerkshireHathaway.com because, folks, if you haven't seen their website
it's
for this like $800 billion company,
very funny.
it's very, very funny. So Berkshire Hathaway just had their earnings. They recorded Q4 operating earnings of 71% to a modest $14.5 billion, with their insurance underwriting profits up 302%. It caused their stock to go up 4%, or $28,735 a share, which is so funny to me. Bringing
How
their
expensive a share of Berkshire Hathaway
one
is?
share of Berkshire Hathaway is $747,485 per share.
Man, I'd love to get my hands on one of those shares.
Yeah, just one. Look at this dog shit ass, janky ass website.
I know.
Like he's just mocking us now. Look at this shit. Look at this. For the audio listener, it looks like a high school, just basic HTML.
And it's so funny because he just released the letter, and it's like not clear where to go to find it.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Look at this.
Unbelievable.
It is pretty cool. These are all the quarterly reports going back to 1994, and it's just so bad. Oh my God. If you have any questions about our web page, scroll down. You can write us at the address shown above. However, due to the limited number of personnel in our corporate office, we are unable to provide a direct response. That's cute. Anyway, they've now got this company with this website has $334 billion in cash.
Which people are making a lot of hay about right now.
Woo!
That's another reason people are kind of sounding the alarm. It's this thing of like, what does Warren Buffett think? Warren Buffett know? Which he does emphasize in the letter that the majority of their holdings are still tied up in equities and always will be.
Yeah.
He's saying he believes in American companies because he says the majority of them are going to be tied up in American companies. But people are, some are saying this is another alarm bell that.
Yeah, but I disagree with it. I think that those people are stupid. Not stupid, but.
I also. Yeah, I don't think it's but it could be true. He could be like waiting for a buying opportunity or something. He might think that stocks are overvalued at this point. And
what I thought was cool is he bragged about paying $26.8 billion in taxes.
Oh, the
last
taxes!
Year,
this is great.
or 5% of all of corporate America. He came from Berkshire Hathaway. And he wrote this lovely little...
And he said they also paid sizable amounts to foreign governments and 44 states.
Yeah. And he said in the letter, "So thank you, Uncle Sam. Someday your nieces and nephews at Berkshire hope to send you even larger payments than we did in 2024. Spend it wisely. Take care of the many who, for no fault of their own, get the short straws in life. They deserve better. And never forget that we need you to maintain a stable currency, and that result requires both wisdom and vigilance on your part." He just talks about how much this guy loves America. He loves American companies, but the only international companies really that they invest in outside of America is Japan, as it turns out. Listed off.
He also talks about. He says, "Look, capitalism has its faults, as we've seen, and but it's brought us a lot of good things. Let's not." Let's give back a little. Let's make sure we're taking care of people.
Yeah.
Let's not. Seems like a pretty direct barb at some people in power right now.
He also had some funny things to say about his sister.
Dude,
I got it right here.
Was insane. I was like, old guy, be normal challenge.
Yeah,
like,
so
fucking Bernie.
I don't know if he's like roasting her.
No, because it went on.
Oh, I know. I've got the whole thing.
So do I. My wise and good-looking sister, Birdie, of whom I wrote last year, will be attending the meeting along with two of her daughters, both good-looking as well. Observers all agree that the genes producing this dazzling result flow down only the female side of the family. In parentheses, sob.
Birdie is now 91. Birdie Birdie is now 91, and we talk regularly on Sundays using old-fashioned telephones for communications. We cover the joys of old age and discuss such exciting topics as the relative merits of our canes. In my case, the utility is limited to the avoidance of falling flat on my face. But sexy Birdie regularly... Sorry, I threw that in there. But Birdie regularly one-ups me by asserting that she enjoys an additional benefit. When a woman uses a cane, she tells me, men quit hitting on her. That's right, folks. At 91, the cane is what is stopping people from hitting on Birdie.
I bet older gentlemen like to hit on a nice lady.
She must have a great, set of boobs or something. Birdie's explanation is that the male ego is such that little old ladies with canes simply aren't an appropriate target. Presently, I have no data to counter her assertion.
This is so weird to put
but
in
I have
the letter.
Suspicions. Yeah, this is their annual shareholder letter. But I have suspicions. He goes on. At the meeting, he's talking about the upcoming shareholder meeting for Berkshire Hathaway in Omaha, Nebraska. At the meeting, I can't see much from the stage, and I would appreciate it if attendees would keep an eye on Birdie. Let me know if the cane is really doing its job. My bet is that she would be surrounded by males.
Warren!
For those of a certain age, the scene will bring back memories of Scarlett O'Hara and her horde of male admirers
What
in Gone
is
with the Wind.
going on?
Can we Google Birdie?
If you're coming to Omaha, let me know if you want to fuck Bertie. I
and
can
if
arrange
you're at
it.
the Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting, keep an eye out to see if there are indeed horny male suitors
Sure,
going
she
after.
still uses a cane, but she's quite fuckable.
I mean, she is pretty hot. Look at her.
I mean, for 91, she looks fucking
I'm
great.
Birdie Buffett. Sure, men do sure want to fuck me. Well, look at her there. Well, yeah.
I'll tell you what, even with a cane,
Damn.
I might say, what's up?
Maybe I'd let
Birdie?
her spank me with it. Jesus Christ. God, look at that guy. They just look like two tubes of cookie dough.
What?
I don't know. Look at them. They look cookie dough. They look like cookie dough.
Not any cookie
Oy,
dough I've
yay.
seen, pal.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would never say that about my sister who is 90. Jesus
What if
Christ.
she was as fuckable as Birdie, though?
Well, hopefully she'd have a cane to ward off potential men or ward off the men trying to fuck her.
Right.
That's gross. Yeah.
You hear
Warren-
that, guys? Get your sister's canes if you're tired of suitors knocking on their door.
Yeah. Oh boy, a lot of he was talking about how a lot of their gains come from just a handful of companies that they own or
Dude,
own
that
part
man
of.
is horny as hell for Geico.
He's horny for Geico. He attributes.
Did you read the RV story?
Yeah, the RV story was pretty interesting. There's some guy named Pete who owned an RV company.
I forget what it's called, Frontier River or something like that.
some RV company. I guess this guy Pete reached out to Berkshire Hathaway and said, "Hey, buy me."
Yeah, my company's doing good, but I want to secure basically the financial safety of my wife and kids.
And they met up with Warren Buffett. He said, "Okay, sure, we'll buy your little RV company as long." And Pete said, "As long as I get to continue running the business." And Warren said, "Sure thing." And long story short, they just absolutely dominated the RV market until Pete died.
He took a salary of $100K a year,
$100K a year,
but then he got, I think, 10% of
profits or something.
yeah. Sorry,
And-
I had a little bit of a.
And yeah, he goes on to describe how he wouldn't name businesses, but they've got like over 160 different businesses that they own either all or a part of, and was just saying that yeah, some of them flop, but then they're more than outshone.
That was the part
by
I liked a lot.
What?
He opens with this kind of beautiful thing about how he's like, I and we make mistakes. And I want to be very upfront
Yeah.
about that because not only do I engage with a lot of companies and people who don't want to recognize that, I've worked at places where, it's like, we don't recognize
We
that.
don't say that. We don't talk negatively.
Yeah, we don't even say mistake. It's like, I want to be honest. We don't always get it right. And,
Yep.
we learn from the mistakes. And that was kind of beautiful.
He seems like a nice guy. I think he cheated on his wife once, but
With Birdie, so is it
yeah.
really cheating?
Yeah,
if
that
it's-
doesn't count if it's your sister. Plus, she's got a cane, so she's automatically
Yeah.
less attractive. But yeah, he talks about how Geico and just the insurance industry in general is, man, I'm falling asleep just talking about this insurance shit. He loves insurance. God damn, it's fucking.
Wouldn't you
dork.
if it made you that rich?
Yeah, he made like 90. They made like $90 billion just off of Apple alone, which is wild because I remember when they bought in at all-time highs at the time, just a few years ago. But
It felt like, Warren, you're buying the top.
yeah. But then, so yeah. Speaking of Apple just.
Wait, you know what?
What?
I saw Tim Cook this weekend in the flesh. I was very close to him.
Where?
At Freeze.
Oh wow, what was he doing?
He was
Dancing?
No, he was looking at art, probably
Oh
buying,
wow, look at that one.
buying a bunch of stuff.
Wow,
it was
look at
so
that one.
weird. At first, I spotted him, and then we just kind of kept walking. And then
Was he surrounded by bodyguards?
No, not at all.
Whoa,
he
so
maybe
you
had. It looked like friends. Maybe they weren't, doing the traditional bodyguard thing of wearing the suits and stuff. Just looked like. Also, if I'm it's just
What?
Just this money is wasted on these tasteless guys. It's just like, just wearing like athleisure, and he wears. I was so close to him, I could see what his eyeglasses were. Just like Nike eyeglasses you would get from LensCrafters or
So
something.
you're saying that if you were
If I had money, I would at least look cool.
I'd be wearing I'd be dressing like ZZ Top. Fucking that'd be fun, man. I'd be riding around in like a 50s
No, I would look good, is what I'm saying.
yeah, they look good. I'd be pull up ZZ Top, man. I'd be riding. You'd be the coolest billionaire, not like that dork who wears the Western shirts.
This is cool.
This is how you would
man.
dress.
I'd be driving.
If you
around-
had billions of dollars, you would dress
I'd be wearing
like
those weird little hats
this.
and leather jackets and shit.
Holy shit!
I'd be driving.
This is how you dress.
Yeah, I'd be.
There were people dressed like Freeze. What a fucking freak show! I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
my God, it was the people watching's insane. But
What are those cars called? Like
Tricycles.
No, hot rods. I'd be riding
You'd
around
be-
in a hot rod.
this is the first time I've ever heard what your
idea of wealth is.
your idea of luxury, and it's. I don't know why I thought anything different. You just pulling up in a jalopy, hitting the horn. And it's like, oh,
Oh yeah, I'd be driving one of those things. I mean, these guys told us every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man, and they're sharp dressed.
I don't know.
You
man.
know when these guys drive by.
Would you
God,
have the beard?
That's what I was about to say. I think he's jealous of the beard more.
I'm
than
not
anything
jealous of the beard. Those guys look like they stink. They just look like they absolutely.
And that's what you want to
I
look
feel
like.
bad for whoever's got to kiss those dirty mouths of theirs. Their beards probably have corn and chili stuck in them, and their breath smells like cigarettes.
But
at least they look good.
It was crazy to be so close to him.
Yeah.
I was like, should I say something? Should I shoot him in the stomach?
Hey Tim. No, but then
Security was not super tight either. I
Yeah.
could have gotten a gun in there.
No.
100%.
Oh really?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
remember thinking that years ago. I went to.
I should have walked up and said, "Hey Tim, I'm an Italian American with back pain."
You
Just-
should have
just to
invited him on the show,
scare him a
dude.
little bit.
What are you thinking?
Uh,
Hey, I'm a young aspiring creator.
and he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah,
Sure, yeah. And we're big fans. Sure, yeah. Oh man, my eye is itching so bad.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was buying a lot of. I made a joke when we were walking in
Mm-hmm.
about our budget, how much we could spend on the art,
Mhm.
because I didn't know how much, and I was like, I'm willing to part with $100,000 today, and we get in the first gallery we were looking at had some prices, and they were all around $975,000, and I was like,
Come on, man.
okay, so these aren't.
Give me a fucking break.
I thought it was being hyperbolic, going way too high.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I remember going to VidCon in like 2016 in Anaheim, and I remember
had a
being
lot of nice
appalled.
art.
There was zero security. I just walked in there without any credentials, without anything. Nobody was checking for weapons. And I just thought, at this place of all places, full of creators who have fanatical idiots going after them online, man, this is the perfect place to kill someone. You know?
Yeah, just goes to show you, can all be easily done.
Yeah. Just don't come after us, folks. Yeah, you know what you don't hear about? Just in the final thoughts here? Apple Vision Pro. Makes
No,
me
you
want to
really
get
don't.
one. I bet you could get one for pennies on the dollar. They practically giving these things away.
I
man.
bet you could. I bet you could find some used ones.
I don't want to buy used. That's disgusting. That's disgusting to me. Why would I want wearable tech that someone else has worn? Sounds like shit.
I
to
mean,
me.
if it's half the price, I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, if you don't remember, these things launched at $3,500.
We all forgot that it even existed.
We really did. And
Yeah.
I think even the people who were working on some of this stuff forgot it existed because it was, they had about 2,500 apps on the thing. Now they're down to, there's currently 1,900 apps. People are talking about how somehow they lost just 25% of the apps in 6 months.
Yeah. They, according to a report from analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, I've seen some of Ming-Chi's work. Apple originally set a first-year target, sales target of 800,000 units for the Vision Pro, but later slashed that number to 450,000. They are now scaling back production of the headset as of October, and they are pressing pause on developing a next-generation headset to instead focus on making a cheaper version of the Vision Pro.
I'll tell you what, we all kind of made fun of Mark Zuckerberg when he did that interview where he was like, I'm still going to bet on the Meta Quest. And I think we've got a superior product and it's not as expensive. And we were all like, yeah, right, dude, that thing looks like so sick.
Yeah.
They're kind of nailing it.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of makes me want to buy one again.
Their sales are growing. Another
Quest.
Did you have a Quest or not?
I had a Quest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I hope I didn't get poop in my eye. I hope this isn't the start of like a pink eye kind of situation. God damn. Well, because, Doug, he's a dog. You never know what he's walking in, and then he touches me, and then I touch my eye.
Sure.
Apple's also doing a 5. I mean, I don't know what the fuck to think of these pledges.
I think this is bullshit. I think this is I think they already had plans to invest in America.
$500 billion.
Right. It's also weird if you look into it. It's like some of it's talking about some of their Apple TV investments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's just, look, they're all going to kiss the ring with Donnie Boy.
Yeah.
They're all they're all trying to get their own concessions. I'm sure they see the writing on the wall. I don't know if there's any of them are trying to get like exemptions from tariffs and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what the plan is, but I don't think this was like some new plan they just dropped.
I am kind of enjoying their new AI stuff on texts and emails.
You are enjoying it?
Kinda.
I turned it off.
They're accurate so far, somewhat. And they're kind of funny. They make me go, oh man, what's this going to be about?
I turned it off after a day.
Yeah. Because they're pledging, as part of their $500 billion pledge, they're also pledging 20,000 new AI-focused jobs. Did you see also that they are finalizing designs on a foldable phone?
That I would like.
A foldable phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, I guess.
I want
China, of course, has us whipped on that. My friend sent me a video of one that it looks just like it's an iPad. And then he folds it once, and it's like a big phone. And then he folds it yet again, and it's just a regular phone size.
Do you think you can fold more than 7 times?
No, that's impossible. We already know. Actually, no, that is because didn't Mythbusters fold something like 9 times or something?
I don't know.
Shit like that.
We'd have to check the tapes.
Yeah.
Before we run out of time, I feel like we got to do a quick crypto update.
Oh, God, about that guy who killed himself?
Well, first, there's obviously the big 1.4 billion hack in the crypto exchange Bybit. But yeah, we're running out of time. Someone stole, what was it, like 400,000 Ethereum, netted $1.4 billion. Good for them. We're pulling for them. We hope they get away.
I can't imagine what that must feel like. The surge of adrenaline of having that much money in your possession that you've stolen. But how do you go about laundering it and getting, because everything is on chain. Everybody can see you. Everybody can see exactly where you're sending it and what you're doing. But then again, I guess if you're smart enough and you're savvy enough to steal that much money in the first place, you are also savvy enough to be able to disseminate those funds in a way that cannot be traced.
Yeah, I'm sure they can figure
back
it
to
out.
you.
It's a pretty sophisticated attack.
Yeah. And then, oh man, yeah, it's dark.
Every sentence of this is like nothing I've ever heard before, and is maybe the bleakest representation of what our economy has become. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the trader who killed himself. A crypto trader named Mr. Fuck You shot himself live on X after losing his last $500 in a meme coin rug pull, telling viewers, "If I die, make me a meme coin." Oh boy. Within minutes of his death, traders launched meme coins using his name, leading to backlash over whether it's ethical to profit off suicide. What do you think, folks? Is it
is it ethical? Leading to questions about whether or not that's ethical.
One of the questions we were all pondering.
Leave it to the crypto community to make that a fucking thing.
Before pulling the trigger, Mr. Fuck You loaded a revolver on stream and said, "If I die, make me a meme coin." The gun misfired twice. On the third attempt, it fired. Dude, this is just, I mean, I just cannot believe the live stream, which ran over 30 minutes after his death, had him bleeding out while the crypto community reacted in real time as meme coins using his name flooded the market within minutes. Mr. Fuck You, who also went by I'm Really Poor, was 23 years old. According to users on X and Reddit, his posts on X show a bit of mental health struggles, and some in the community believed the suicide was also tied to a breakup, as he used to talk about his shorty, but suddenly stopped around 2 weeks before.
Shorty?
It's in quotes.
Oh, God, man.
Minutes after he died, a token called the Mr. Coin appeared, with the developer sending him 70% of the total supply before his death. So there's a bit of confusion whether or not it was like a weird marketing stunt gone wrong, he was like doing this... you know, we all remember the classic pump fun style shit we were talking about where the guy's like,
I'll shoot this puppy.
Yeah, he'll shoot a something every time every time it spikes. There was a guy who wouldn't get off the toilet until his meme coin. So it might have been something like that gone wrong, or it could just be that we are living in the bleakest time.
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody doing this kind of thing in the 1800s. A guy buying some fucking Dutch shipping company and standing on London Bridge going, "Everybody buy the stock or I'm gonna jump." I can't picture it. So
it's
just don't. I mean, it goes. I feel like our audience is smart enough to obviously not do anything like this, but. Please don't do this.
Honestly, just also stay away from all this fucking meme coin bullshit.
Yeah. We want you to stay away from that as well. I think that this is, it's just not good, and it's sending kind of. What's wild is I haven't even heard that much about it. That's how bleak things are. That there's this one guy doing it. It's like, yeah, what else is new?
Well, and what is anyone going to do, right? I think it's like, we were kind of getting at it when we had Vlad on the show. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to talk about how they were like gamifying this thing and kind of turning it into a casino for people and getting people hooked. And we've obviously done nothing to address that. And it's in just a few short years to see where we've come with the way people interact with stocks, crypto, all this shit. I mean, dude, the betting apps now, the way everything is exploded, we've just allowed people to get so crazy with basically little mini casinos on their phones, and it's only going to get worse and worse. And then not only that, I mean, I think Robinhood had the SEC crypto charges. It's all obviously gone away. They're not enforcing any of that stuff.
Did you see that they're...
So no one's going to... What's the point of like talking about this stuff and saying like, won't someone do something? And they're like, no, obviously we're not doing anything about that.
I'm tired of seeing every viral video that I'll see on Twitter these days is somehow an ad for this gambling company called Stake.
Stake.
Stake. Like almost every one, because then it'll have the community note that says this is an ad for Stake, a gambling app. Gambling app ads are illegal on X, and it's like, okay, so why is it up?
And they're like, well, because we don't have a moderation team.
Yeah, because we don't do that because that's gay.
Which we're probably getting rid of community notes because sometimes they correct Elon Musk, and he's like,
he doesn't like being corrected. Who among us doesn't? I don't like being corrected. Actually, I don't mind. I don't care as long as you're right and I'm wrong. Just be wrong. Be right. Fuck.
That is one of the when you get corrected by someone and they're just wrong.
Oh
nothing makes me want to wring someone's neck more.
Yeah. Let's see.
You better, if you want to correct me, look it up on Google before you fucking.
What nuts me, Drivel, is when people send me stuff where it's so obvious that I have already probably seen it. Like my friend, God bless him, my friend just sent me the Southwest plane thing. Brother, I've seen it.
He just wants to connect with you. He just wants to talk about it.
Yeah, I guess, but like...
Just let your friend connect with you.
I guess you're right. You're right. Okay.
Just let your friend connect.
Because I'm like, brother, don't you think?
Not everyone who sends you this thing
Don't
has
you
to.
know?
It doesn't have to be that haven't seen it yet.
You're right. You're right. I love him to death too. So, well, folks, let us know in the comments what you think. You like that, huh? Yeah. I always like asking people that. So let's recap, shall we? Consumer sentiment in the toilet. Inflation, very still sticky, still resilient. Tariffs,
Gonna
pretty
cause some
destructive.
issues.
Gonna cause some issues. And earnings, not so hot. Not a lot of follow through, even on the positive ones. And also, Nvidia remains to be seen whether or not that's going to be a big load of poop as well.
Also, our economy is mostly made up of rich consumers buying stuff.
We are a service economy.
And if they get spooked,
yeah,
it's not good.
That top 10% accounting for 50% of all spending, they get spooked and they're shopping at Walmart now. That's not good. You see some Mercedes-Benzes. Oh, who am I kidding? Anybody can afford a Mercedes these days. In the parking lot at Walmart, then you know, shit, it's about to get popping. It's about to pop. But we'll still be here. We'll still hold your hand through all of this.
We'll keep drinking that garbage.
We'll keep drinking that garbage. Yeah, let us know in the comments how you feel, what your consumer sentiment index
Yeah, we
is
would
at.
like to know where your sentiment is at.
Mine's at about a 70 out of 100.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's a C. It's passing.
I would say I'm at a 50.
Yeah? Okay, that's not good. That's
It's
a
not
fail.
good. My sentiment's not great.
I should have called my mom for this because she's a consumer.
But I do want to say that a lot of that is tied up in the Hooters thing. So
Yeah. Yeah, I find it interesting that none of the Hooters in Arizona are failing. That's what they specifically pointed out. None of them in Arizona. They're all succeeding.
Is that where the goon aside was?
I think so.
Yeah, there's something going on in Arizona.
I forgot about that. Oh man, dude. Oh God, gooning. I don't understand the pride that some of these guys have around it.
Well, they've got nothing left, right? There's the economy's fucked. There's no good jobs left. It's really just doing, pranks online, and men are more denigrated every day, and
But jerking off with your buddies?
There's no women to sleep with, so it's you gotta look. We all have needs. You gotta pleasure yourself somehow. You might as well take it to the fucking max. You might as well max out while jacking off.
I just don't understand the appeal of doing it with your buddies. You're jerking off to straight porn with your buddies. Well,
you don't have to.
As soon as you come, wouldn't you be just like, ah,
no,
get out of it! Oh my God, what are we doing?
Also, with gooning, there's not so much coming. It's really about the journey with gooning.
Sure, but eventually you're gonna nut, and then you're gonna be. Oh Jesus, I hate talking about this stuff. I hate saying these words. I don't like hearing them come out of my mouth. I feel the shame and the wrath of God.
I feel the shame and the wrath of God. We're gonna leave you guys. We're gonna see you in the bonus. That's benandemilshow.com. We're talking about some internet things. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool.
We'll see you there, folks.
Coming up on this week's episode of benandemilshow.com.
The great chili debate: beans or no beans?
Beans. It adds a little kick to it. It's fun. It's a nice.
Beans are great.
Yeah,
honestly,
otherwise it's too much meat.
I'm eating fully bean chili because I'm making vegetarian chili.
Well, of course, we all know that.
That is considered woke. And you can come to my house and call me gay. Some of it does make you laugh, though. Cocky womp boing boing. That was really killing all of us.
Is it Baldy womp boing boing
no,
or cocky womp?
It's like it's a picture of it's a picture of him at the beach.
What is his end goal? I want to talk to him.
That's what I want to know about all this stuff. And it makes me feel so fucking old. Do you think one of us has a stronger boner than the other?
While we sleep? Or
No. Oh, are they only sleeping boners?
Yeah, because that's what he was measuring with his son, is sleeping boners. I've got a powerful boner.
A powerful sleeping boner?
Both.
How do you know?
Because I just know.
I just would never know what I'm holding it up against.